Hi guys and girls of YouTube. My name is Lawrence Ling. You may be thinking to yourself, why is this guy making a self-introduction video? You know, like, that's a silly idea, right? Well, I guess it's really dependent on what kind of genre of video you're making. You see, because I think making a self-introduction video is very relevant to the type of videos that I will be making, which are videos of me just reading poems to you guys that I've written. I've received a lot of good feedback from my friends and family regarding the poems I wrote, so I thought I'd like to share it with the rest of the world. You know, yeah. So why I think making a self-introduction video is relevant is because if you understand the artist more, you can understand why he has done this work. You can understand how he's done this work and what kind of sources of inspiration you know he used, and where he got inspired. So, well, let's get on to that and not waste time. Well, my name is, as I've said, it's Lawrence Ling. My friends call me Laurie, Loz Dog. Yeah, it's quite comical. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, so I'm just bored with whatever. I just go with whatever, yeah. My interests are pretty broad, really. I like music, which is rather a large source of inspiration for me. I don't know, I kind of find a way to transform melodies and you know, chords and harmonies into moods and things and words, if that makes any sense. I play the piano and the guitar. I'm quite into Metallica, and you can probably see that through some of my poems, which I might have to add. My poems are rather dark, so if you're put off by that, then you probably wouldn't enjoy them. But another thing, my poems are relatable. They're all from a teenage guy, typical teenage guy who's been through the usual, and you know, and I think that's a big appeal of my poems, is that it's not an older guy writing about something he doesn't know or never experienced. It's someone who's been there and is writing because of the fact that he's been there and, you know, he's experienced it, and that's what he feels, really. I also like video games, as you can probably tell by my first upload being the Gears of War multiplayer. Yeah, so I guess you can call me a little bit of a geek. I'll take that. It's a fair call. Yeah, I tend to laugh at my own jokes a lot, so yeah. So back to my introduction. Well, and also my last interest, which will probably just end the video, is, I know you might think it's odd, but it's sitting and watching, just generally. Like, I'd like to, you know, take a step back from the world sometimes, you know, and I'd like to sit down and watch. You know, that's where I reckon I get most of my inspiration from. It's from watching. I watch people. I watch people walk by. Look at their appearances. I know that sounds really stalkerish and whatnot, but yeah, that's a very big source of inspiration. Just watching the world as it is, and kind of comparing that to the ideas that I want to explore. For example, in a short story I was writing, I haven't finished it yet, in the process of it, about quarter of the way through. I was watching outside the window, and I saw the rain hit the glass and it explode. So I compared that to kind of like a bomb or a bouncing Betty, you know. And I reckon that's a really, really good way of coming up with original imagery, if you just watch the world, because it's very interesting. And if you have an appreciation for the little things in the world, then you have so much imagery at your arsenal that you pretty much never run out and never repeat yourself. But if you make a particular stagnant image, if you create one, I guess you could reuse it, and you can tweak it a little and use it in your poems. But generally, if you take a step back from the world and watch it, then more likely than not you have plenty of ammunition to write anything, really. Ranging from love to simply just describing the environment itself, which I've done. So I hope you guys learnt a little bit about me today, and where I get my ammunition for my poems from, and where I get my inspiration. Well, I invite anyone to write, because everyone's a poet. You just gotta unlock it. You just gotta find the ammunition, sit down, give it a go, because that's where I got it from. I wrote my first poem out of boredom. I just thought, oh, that sounds. I actually read a sentence, and I thought, oh wow, that's a very inspiring sentence. So I decided to write a page poem about it. And it doesn't have to be a form of any sort. You can write a free verse poem, is what I write, which is there's always a sensible limit to the amount of things. It's not story. It's not a text like a story or anything, but it's gonna be short enough. But it doesn't have to rhyme. It doesn't have to be a particular form, and it can still be good. It's just mainly about the imagery you use. If you can, because poetry is imagery, essentially. So if you have good imagery, you have a good poem. Well, that's all from me today, and hope you guys enjoy my poems. Feel free to comment or rate, because I'd like to know what everyone thinks and how to improve myself. That's all part of the so that's my attitude to everything, really. Just improving and listening to what everyone else has to say. And constructive criticism would be nice, not hater comments. Well, that's all from me. Thanks a lot, guys.